Hey, Coach, I'm so happy you found us on YouTube. Make sure you go over and subscribe and like, go down below, hit the bell up above if you want to make sure you get anything else coming. Also, make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you're looking to become a better basketball coach, if you're looking to take it to the next level, that's why I started it to help you become a better basketball coach. And if you're looking to take it to the next level and get full season access, you're looking for our complete library. You're looking for 2 memberships and my full library. Go over to hit wintheseason.com. Wintheseason.com. You can get teachhoops.com. You can get full season access, everything we do in our program that has made us one of the top programs in the country. And then you get my full library with the funnel down defense, rule of 3 offense, everything you would want. Go over and check it out, wintheseason.com, and have a great day. All right, welcome to High School Hoops. This time I remembered to hit recording because last week I did not.
Yeah,
It's all right.
it's okay.
Brain fog. But before we jump in, I'd like to give a big shout out to our 2 sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the number 1 shooting machine in the market, bar none. Mention the podcast, mention me, mention, I don't know, Wisconsin Hoops, whatever. They'll take really good care of you. Mention Coach Collins, they'll take really, really good care of you. If you listen to previous ones. And then they'll give you $450 off. And we got to get on the shooting machine more. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's everything that you need to become a better basketball coach, bar none. It's the best. Go over and check it out. A lot of big changes coming with Teach Hoops. Like I said, we're moving from monthly, 6-month, and yearly to just monthly. That's going to be one option with an increased price because I got to pay the programmer. And then we're also going over and dealing with my full season access, kind of the secret sauce of coaching, a little bit of everything, and then my full library. So I'm going to have 2, basically, you get 1 membership or you can get 2 memberships and my library. That's going to be the 2 options. And then eventually I'm going to move away from Teach Hoops. I just don't have enough hours in a day to answer all the calls and do all the Zooms and do everything with Teach Hoops members. So slowly over probably the next year, I'm going to move that over to full access and be able to do with those people more because I just don't feel, again, maybe when I retire, I'll be able to do it for everybody. But anyway, so go over and check that out. And today we're going to talk about free throw shooting. And we were, what did I say, 6 for 18 or something last night, second half. It was
Yeah.
crazy. So this was my idea because we lost last night by 2 and did not shoot the ball from the free throw line. Basically told the boys I think my direct quote in the locker room was, and I was a very good free throw shooter in college, almost 90%. I can sit here, I could stand up right now and feel that distance. I know what it feels like to shoot a free throw. Like, so I have made 6 out of 10 blindfolded. Just because I know the feeling. Um, I should document that actually at some point. That would be kind of cool. But I told them, I said, I can go in and beat any of you in the gym right now with your percentage, like blindfolded. Like, come on. So part of it's lack of focus. I think it's lack of routine. It's also being tired. It's some of those things. So I think one of the keys to, and maybe this falls on me, part of the free throw thing is you need reps. You need reps under duress. You need reps under the feeling of, we do the free throw ladder thing, but that doesn't really put a lot, other than they're competing against their friend, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on them. I think especially once we get healthy after the first of the year, we're going to have to do some stuff more under duress, as far as free throw reps and free throw, game like situational stuff. I think that's important. What's your thoughts, Coach?
My first question is, how many free throws do you think your players do in the course of a day? I mean, how many free?
Practice in
Yeah.
practice, 30 to 40.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
They should. You would think that they would be
You would think.
okay.
Yep, you would think. And again, I think, and part of it, I'll take part of the blame. Maybe they were tired in the second half. I was playing,
Okay.
you like I was telling you, we're pretty banged up. People were going in and out of the game hurt. It's like illness. It's like some of that. If you're not like laser focused, that can affect it. Um, so
I would say what we're shooting way better than I thought we would this year, and it was obviously a point of emphasis when I got the job this year, because I knew that that was going to be something that we needed to be good at to win games.
yep,
We had right now we're actually having a really good job of having balanced scoring, but we had to find ways that I was concerned about scoring. So what can I do? Get to the free throw line. I know I can grind around the basket. I know we can get free throws. We got to make them. And I think early in the season, we just started tracking them and then holding them accountable. And then I thought my assistant did a really good job this year, just kind of walking around every kid on the team and just helping them with mechanics over and over
right,
every single day and being intentional. So that what thing happens is I think we could practice free throws all day, but unless we do them in the right manner and we get them in a routine, it really doesn't make any difference, right? And I think so. I think one of the key things of good free throw shootings is really helping players help self correct, be confident. The mental thing. I always ask kids, even when I'm at a youth clinic or when I'm at a youth practice, I said, when you shoot the ball, what are you thinking? What do you mean? What am I thinking? Are you telling yourself it's going in? What do you mean?
right. Are you
I mean,
visualizing it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. I got to talk to my guys about that. I don't think they're
So
visualizing it.
I would just say, and so I think it's almost like a culture of rebounding. Like you have to create a culture of like zen and efficiency. And once they start to get it, they I mean, it's really fun to watch how, I don't know, maybe it's just I have just some really kids this year that are just super laser focused and they've worked a little bit on getting better at their mechanics and knocking down. But I think again, it's what we talked about last week. You are what you emphasize, right? So if free throw shooting is going to be big and an emphasis for the year because you know you need to work on it, then you got to be strategic about how you approach it. The ladder is good and everything, but the ladder is only good if you're working with the kids that aren't really getting the good ladder, right? Or kids that are going to be in the game. And you got to also know who are you going to be your good free throw shooters at the end of the game, how you're going to run your
Right,
press break, right? Or how you alter your press break at the end of the game. You want that player or the other player getting the ball in so they're the one getting fouled so they can make the bonus free throws so you can solidify the game. So um I don't know. I would say we take about 20 free throws of practice. I would say earlier on in the season we were doing 25 to 30.
okay.
But it's
But if
it's
you're shooting it well, you don't need to shoot more. It's
yeah,
like
but I keep doing it. But if I don't want to get away from it, right?
yeah,
I want to keep it. That's another thing too, is that even when things are going good, don't go away from it, right?
right,
That's a common misconception. I'll tell you right now, there's a couple things on my list I know we haven't touched in a while, and I'm like, if we get hit on this, we better touch it now, you know?
right,
So if you're good at it, make sure you're continually to be good at it. Because sometimes you lose that focus and then, oh, it's a quick fix. One day it's going to fix it all. If you just keep doing it consistently all the time, I think it's
right.
better that way.
I do too. I agree. Anything else with free throws, coach?
You got to have good form.
Yeah. And you got to have a routine. I mean, that's
Yeah.
given. Um, something that you are I mean, I think this was a quote from me last night after the game. It is the easiest shot in basketball.
I think that book that you recommended years ago, 5 years ago, was like a show shooting book.
Yeah, yeah,
Good one.
yeah.
Um,
I gotta find that. Maybe I can get that to some of my players too.
that's a
You,
good book.
that is a good book. I know what you're
But
talking
again,
about.
it's all about free throw is just learning how to self-correct your shot too, right? If it goes
Right,
right or left, your alignment's off, right? If you're missing short or long, you might be not holding your follow through correctly. You got to teach them how to self-correct and understand them what they're doing.
yes, I think that's an undertaught skill, actually.
Absolutely.
I don't think
It's
people
a lot of times
necessarily
is
do
you
it.
just use free throw shooting as a break within your practice. It's got to be like almost a mental focus in back and use that free throw time to focus, like go get a drink of water, all right, and then get to free throws and get into another drill. I think
Right.
sometimes like, oh, just go shoot 50 free throws. Like, no, I don't like that either. I don't know something about five, because then I could, I tell my team 3 to 4 every time, 3 to 4 every time,
Yep.
3 to 4 every time, 3 to 4 every time.
Well, I told you we missed all our front ends yesterday.
Right.
I was like, well, maybe we should just shoot front ends. a, a bonus. And again, I know there's people that are listening to this have gone to the new rule that aren't shooting those anymore. They have basically gone away.
Yeah, but in our state of Wisconsin, the 1-and-1 is huge
Yeah,
because it's an empty possession. You've lost not an opportunity to score. You lose it,
you lose it. It's gone. I know. I
and
know.
it's such when you have a 1-and-1 and you miss
What
the
do you
first.
think's going to happen in the state? I think we're going to quarters next year.
I think we're gonna go back to quarters.
I do too. I don't know if I dislike that.
I like it. And we can talk about this later, but one thing that I like in the girls' game, we have a shortage of players. And so if we want to use players instead of having a 3-half rule, I'd like to see them adjust it where we could use multiple quarters. So like, let's say yesterday we got into foul trouble and I had a girl play 2 halves on JV, and
Right.
she's kind of a bubble player, sophomore kid, where she might play a minute or two on the varsity, but I'm not going to take away from her getting quality minutes on the JV. And so, she played early in the first half, and I probably could have used her in the second half, but with the half rules, it makes it harder when then if
It
you have
does.
quarters.
It
You
does.
could be far more strategic.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
that's the one thing I like about that is that you can be able to really utilize and give those quality opportunities for players that maybe are developing, that are maybe a strong JV player, but maybe you want to use them a little bit in the varsity game, but not just for like one moment, but you could stretch it out in 1 or 2 moments or three
Yeah,
moments, if you have quarters.
if you have
That's
quarters.
so that's for me, I like
I think
that.
we're going to go to 9-minute quarters.
Really.
I do. I think because there's no rule about how long the quarters can be. I think we're going to go to 9-minute quarters. I just want the break between quarters. That's what
Yeah.
I want. Because then I can rest people. There's some strategic things you can do there with resting before quarters, resting after quarters. Um, it's just such a long
Develop
stretch.
it is, and you could develop a rotation.
Yeah.
And I just think it gives you a natural pause.
And the
And
thing is, halves, you got to be deeper unless you're
yeah,
really good.
I also think it's harder to manage timeouts.
It is. I
I would
agree.
say that like it is hard sometimes. You're in that first half and then you've already called the timeout and you don't get
Yeah,
another
I
natural
agree.
pause.
I
So
agree. I agree. Okay. Anything else,
sometimes you
coach?
just try to like if it's like a 4, 5, 6 point game, instead of calling that timeout, that quarter's going to end. You can
Yep.
adjust.
You wait. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a whole write that down. We can do a podcast on quarters and halves. Okay. All right. Till next week. Hey, coach, I hope you like this. Make sure you go over and check out Teach. Make sure you subscribe and like. Make sure you go over, leave some comments if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm here to help. I'm here to serve. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. The one-stop membership for everything that you would need. And if you're looking to take it to the next level, you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for my own boxer, you're looking for everything, my library, everything that's included, go to winthisseason.com. Talk to you soon.